Morning guys, right, we're back on our daily drive. It's early morning, rush hour. Look at that, traffic everywhere. Just had a motorbike just past me now, filtering through, so just keep that in mind. I just spotted him in my mirror a second ago and then just moved over a slight amount. It'd be nice if I'd have recorded that, but hey, I always miss the good bits. But look how they're filtering through. Look at that black car just there trying to go through. Don't know if you just saw that, and clearly they didn't see that motorbike. They're not looking properly. But that's something those bikers have to really be careful of as well. It's obviously the driver's fault because he's got to, or she's got to look before they move. So that mirror there is vital. You've got to make sure that that's where they filter straight through. Hopefully you can see that. So yeah, it can be risky because you might spot a little opportunity in the mirror, and just look at gaps, and you've got to kind of look again, because sometimes what happens, you look in the mirror and you're looking for a car, you're looking for a gap, you're looking for a big object, and you miss the small things like bicycles or motorbikes, etc. Sometimes even people. And so I always tell my students, you know what, you look, but you look again, always, or continuous checking. It's a huge thing, very, very easy to make an error on. So it's something to keep in mind. Wow, there is a lot of traffic. We're gonna go right, third exit at the roundabout. That's why I'm in the right hand lane today, because you guys should know by now the lane that you normally drive in is the left hand lane. So I'm off towards the Barnet Test Centre today. So this is like a little bit busy in the morning. Usually it's busy up there as well, so I'm a bit worried I'm not going to be there on time, but hopefully the navigation, if that's correct, I'll be there 5 minutes early, inshallah. But let's see. So now we're going to go right, third exit. Everyone's starting to, if you can see through the window, the other cars are starting to change lanes because they use this lane to get closer to the roundabout quicker, because this lane gets through a bit faster, and then they sort of cheat and come in the other side. But as long as they're doing it safely, it's not too bad. So now we're going to go right, third exit, and it's quite busy on the roundabout, but it's traffic light control, so it should be easy. And then the key is the lane change at the second exit, so that's where people start to find it a little bit difficult. So let's see how it goes. So lights have gone green. Off we go. Alright, little check behind me so I know, and I'm going to signal right as well. Approaching smoothly, nice and slow. Everyone's going to start peeling off in a second. Watch, the car in front has already done it, that second black car. I bet the next black car does it as well. Yeah, there you go, see, he's gone in as well. And now I'm going to start looking in my mirrors. That's the second exit, so I want to signal left, and I want to see if I can smoothly come into the middle lane. Looking around. Very good. Always maintaining your gap from that car that's right there as well. That's the key, so just keep that in mind. It's very, very important. I'm going to try and squeeze out the gap as much as I can, just so it makes it easy for the cars behind us. And that's it. That's how you lane change. You've got to be very smooth, calm and simple. Look at that car, it should have gone right to the end, and because they didn't, they're causing a little bit of traffic behind. So now if you look where I'm going to be going left into that exit, this car also is going left into that exit. There's about space just enough for two cars kind of to fit at the beginning, but only one space at the end. So it's a bit of give and take, whoever kind of moves off first, or so you see how it goes. Don't rush your exits. Never rush leaving a junction or a roundabout. Now the lights are changing, I'm starting to move off. I'm ahead of that car, so I'm going to kind of get myself a little bit across nicely into the middle here, and then blind bend ahead. You can get anything whipping around like a cyclist or something trying to overtake, or a motorbike, and then we're going up the road. So that's how we do it. So that's that done. Now, potential hazards, people crossing in between vehicles, keep that in mind. Very, very important. Okay, make sure that you are aware of those sort of hazards. That happens on high streets a lot. Okay, brow of a hill and a bend, double hazard. Okay, I'm looking around, there's no one there, so it's fine. Good. And looking far ahead, all the way to the crest of that sort of hill. Okay, and little check behind me, and then continue. continuing. Another bend ahead. Loads of hazards on these sort of roads. Okay, now we've got a couple of signs. We've got a sharp bend to the left hand side, and then just after the bend there's a giveaway. There's no way of knowing that because there is no marking telling you or sign telling you that. So it's a bit of a shame. They should have one because it's a bit sudden sometimes. So I see the parked car. I'm going to start looking early, and then I'm going to carry on. A few hazards there all of a sudden round a bend. Hence why you never go fast round a bend. Okay, so you got to be careful. These are the risks involved. You never know what's round the corner. So big hill, make sure you're in the correct gear. So I'm in third at the moment. As long as I've got the speed, it should take me, it's fine. But if I start slowing down, look, I'll slow down a little, and then third will kind of struggle. Look, so now I can't, I'm pressing the gas pedal, it's not moving. So what I'll have to do is I would have to drop the gear. So you should prepare your car in advance, make sure it's easy to get up the hills, okay? Higher gears struggle up hills unless they have the speed already. Okay, so prep the car, get ready, plan what's coming up ahead. If you suddenly encounter a hill after a bend or something, then you know, just be ready to slot back into gear, so just like I did before. So keep that in mind. Alright, now this is like the longest road ever. Potential hazard ahead. What you can do sometimes, see how wide they came out over the lines. If you feel that's going to happen, that happens with buses and coaches and things like that as well. When they come out of a giveaway, they have a wide berth, a really wide turn, and so if you're going to let them go early, stay back so they can take the turn, come back around and then into their lane. Okay, something to keep in mind, it's really important. Green light, it's been green for a while. Car's pulling out. There we go, smooth approach. And then back up to the speed limit. Quite busy here actually, look at that. A lot of the traffic is because a lot of the cars have to go. There's police. There you go, well done. That was a bit sudden, isn't it? So notice when I had to pull it over for the police there, I don't go suddenly all the way into the curb, okay? You have to kind of make sure that you are not going to go and whack the curb. There's no point you damaging your car to try and make it easier for them, because you'll just cause a hazard later on, your tires will pop, etc. So keep that in mind, very important, and then you'll be alright. That was a bit of a sudden one. Lovely around here actually, nice and green. What time is it now? It's like 1:45. I need to be in Barnet by 9. So let's see. There's some road closures as well right near the test centre, so that doesn't help. That's going to cause a bit of traffic, but I hope not. Alright, as we're going to go left here, this one's always a bit risky because there's a stop sign. See the stop sign? And when we get to the end, a lot of people don't stop, and the cars behind you don't expect you to stop. But this car's done well because there's some traffic. But even if there's no cars, look, no cars, and I still have to stop compulsory. And the car turned up anyway, which is good. But very, very important. Stop signs, regardless whether there are cars or not, you must stop. Okay? So keep that in mind. And you'll see loads, literally 99% of people would just roll out, because we hardly have any of them here in this country. Most of the time those sort of things are in like America, etc., and so they're used to it. Instead of giveaways, they have stop signs. And then usually when it comes to like the end of the month and the police need to get some revenue, then they'll stand near the corners on their motorbikes in America, and they'll wait for you to just roll out on a stop sign. As soon as you roll out, they'll issue you a ticket. So over here it's less enforced even, but I did notice it once in Mill Hill, but I don't know if the police officer was taking just notes of the number plates or anything, but didn't seem to be pulling anyone over, and everyone was rolling through. So I don't know what that was about, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Now we're coming along Touchwood Academy. This is another long windy road. In the zone area anyway, so everyone's slow. It's really hot in the car today. But yeah, summer's out finally, feels like it. Well, it was a bit cold yesterday, and today is a little bit coolish, but last week was really nice. And then hopefully, apparently everyone's saying, oh yeah, it's meant to be really decent now, but let's see. Can't wait for summer. They did have some roadworks yesterday. I think they've gone now, but usually a bit of traffic there. So I'll take this route today. So we got the junction, and look how blind these junctions are. I can't see anything. And then this road is actually also very narrow as well. So especially if a car is coming from the left, then it's a bit of an issue. So you got to make sure you're looking in. You see this big truck here? That will cause another vehicle to come out towards us, so that's something to keep in mind. You have to think about what other vehicles, how they're going to affect another vehicle, which will then affect you. So it's like a domino effect. So that van causes this van to come out, which means we have to be closer to the left. You know, if you can factor all of those in, that's quite advanced driving when you think about it. So it's a lot of thinking, but it kind of comes naturally. We have a similar scenario up in Hendon where it's quite a sweeping bend and parked cars all on one side. So I'm always telling my students, you know, instead of being in the middle of your lane, you're going to have to be a little bit to the left, because cars are going to come around those vehicles over their line into our lane, to avoid hitting them, which will then cause us a problem if they're in our lane. So you might as well plan that ahead, or plan ahead with that. So having a look here, now this is, look at the road markings, they give way here. So as we're coming along, I can still go, just got to stay in my lane, and then off you go. So it's really important you know the markings, so we can just merge into this lane safely. But that was a little morning drive, hope that helped. We are at the Barnet Test Centre very shortly, so car pulled up. I can't overtake at the moment, so I'm not going to rush it. No need to stress out. Now it's clear behind me, I can go. There we go. And that's what you have to do, just plan, no rush, take your time, nice and easy. Alright guys, that's it. Barnet Test Centre is just there. Hope you had a good little morning drive, hope it helped. Sometimes I'm just hoping, you know, if there is anything crazy or untowards that happened in a lesson, then at least you guys are aware of it. But hope you have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon.